Now, we found the area of a circle before, and I'll bet you if I call on you, half of you won't remember the formula. But we're going to look at how you find the area of a circle. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this circle. Notice we have this circle here. I'm going to cut out sections. And I'm going to just pile them back and forth. See what I did there? Notice half of my circumference is on the bottom and half of my circumference is on the top. So I know this bottom part is half of my circumference. And notice what this is, since I cut this out right here, that's my radius, isn't it? Now notice that is not my height. It's at an angle. But what happens if I take it, instead of cutting 8 pieces, I cut 16 pieces? Or maybe I cut 64 pieces. I keep on going forever and ever and ever. And eventually, that's called the limit. I'm cutting it smaller and smaller and smaller chunks, and I'm rotating them back and forth. Notice this rectangle, like we said, the base is half the circumference. My width is going to be the radius, isn't it? Because I'm taking this radius and I'm making it smaller and smaller and smaller till it's practically a vertical line. In other words, the area of a circle is 1/2 the circumference, which is my base, times my radius. Now, if I think here, circumference is diameter times pi. So it's half a diameter times pi times the radius. Well, we know half my diameter, that's my radius, isn't it? In other words, I get r times pi times r. Or most of the time it's pi times r, pi r squared. Area is measured in squares. That's why it's squared. Now that we've shown you where this comes from, do not get circumference confused with radius. Circumference is the distance around, and that's pi times diameter. The area of a circle is pi r squared. And we want to do those separately. One is area, how much it covers. One is the distance around it. Let's apply that to example 3. In example 3, Landon is building a circular patio. Here we have this circular patio in his backyard. He can purchase paving stones for $135 per square yard. About how much will he spend on the paving stones for his patio? So if I want to find out how much he's going to spend, first I got to find the area. And notice a little tricky with you here. The area was given in feet, doesn't it? So first thing I want to do is I want to take my diameter and I want to change that to yards. So if I have 24 feet, and I know in 1 yard there are 3 feet, you want to do your conversions first. Like I said, we'll learn later this chapter why we want to do them first, but for right now, you just got to trust me. So I know my diameter is 8 yards, which means my radius is half of that. So my radius is 4 yards. Now we can find the area of the path that Landon is going to build. So it's pi r squared, or pi times 4 squared, which is 16 pi. I'm going to leave it as the exact answer for now, although you could write it 16 times pi is going to be about 48 to 16 times 3 is 48, so it's going to be about 50. Now, I'm going to change that. That's going to be in square yards, isn't it? Now, I'd like to keep those terms in my calculator as long as I can. So I'm going to say 16 pi square yards. I'm going to change that to money. Well, I know paving stones cost $135 per square yard. So my answer is going to be in dollars. And really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take 16 pi times 135. So if we do that in our calculator, 16 pi times 135, and we're going to have some partial stones in there and everything else. So then we're going to multiply that out. And we're going to get about 6,785. I'm going to get $6,786. That's how you find the area of a circle, or how we use the area of a circle to solve a problem in this case.